Welcome to YouTooSpain Live. And this week I will be chatting with experts Bambi and JoJo from Bambi and JoJo Mobile Home Sales on the Costa del Sol, all about why the mobile home business in Spain is booming in 2025, and especially their business, and what post-Brexit Brits and everyone else can expect if they're thinking about buying a mobile home. So join us with questions and comments on the live chat or in the comments below if you're watching afterwards, because you are a part of this too. You're very welcome to YouTooSpain. Let's have the groovy theme. Here it comes. And that is groovy. Yes, indeed. Speaking of groovy, let's welcome my groovy guests for today. One at a time, it is Bambi and JoJo. Good morning to you both.
Hello.
Hello. It's great to have you on the show. And I just have to say, just in case the viewers are wondering why Bambi's lips aren't moving at the same time as the sound's coming out, it's because she lives out in the campo, out in Huelva province. In the sticks, yeah. So she's not got quite as strong an internet as the rest of us. So, but anyway, we can hear you perfectly, and we can actually see you as well. But sometimes the picture might go all pixelated and mixed up. But anyway, we can hear everything you're saying.
Oh, as always, you look gorgeous.
You both,
thank you.
You both look amazing.
It's slower than normal.
Yeah.
So do you.
Fabulous.
So do you, Scats. We won't leave you out.
Oh, thank you. So we're all beautiful today. Yeah. Fantastic.
All beautiful people.
Just thinking, my beard's just getting longer and longer. I'm going to have to get a wider screen if I go any longer. It's ridiculous.
Or a big motorbike.
A big bike and a helmet. Yeah. Oh, I've got itchy nose. I think it's my beard poking up to my nose.
You're in for a surprise. That's what that means. That's what my mum used to tell me. Yeah.
And I hope it's a good one. So, let's say hello to everybody on the live chat. We've got a few there at the moment. I know we've got even more people that are definitely with us. I'm seeing the number 20 on the top of my screen. That's really nice. It's a good start. Alan Guy says good morning. Donald Mackenzie, he's still in Perthshire in Scotland. And he's going to be moving soon. He's already been over and met Chris. So that's good. Shirley Rose, good morning, Scats. Hey. Hope all well with you. Yes, thank you very much. All is good. And Karen Brotherton, morning, Karen. She's looking forward to this one. And can you send me the videos of the gig that you were at the other day? There, you took some really good videos, and I saw them on Facebook. Ooh. Send them on to me. Alan Guy, morning from Nottingham. Bernie Baker, welcome Bambi and JoJo. And Paul Cook is with us, says good morning to us all. And Jen, hello. And thanks. Oh, here we go. Another plug for Upsticks. Thanks to Stafford Upsticks for getting my TIE appointment at the Almeria office.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, not many.
Yeah, we like that.
That's not easy to get.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And lovely. And that's all for now. From there, everybody make sure. Oh, Emma B is with us as well. She is in sunny L'Alfaz del Pi. And we all look beautiful, she says. And if you're with us this morning and you haven't yet given us a little wave on the live chat or said hello, type something in there just to let us know that you are with us. And I'll keep on checking. I'm going to put my good teeth in a minute.
Yeah, stick the good ones in. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think I need a second coffee just to wake up my teeth. So I'll keep on checking the live. Yeah.
I think you're nervous, Scats.
I don't think I think my brain is nervous, but my body's not quite caught up yet. Oh, John Scott says good morning, everyone. So.
Good morning.
Let's have an introduction. While everybody else is joining us, let's have an introduction to yourselves and your company, because a lot of the viewers might not have seen you before, and it's the first time on the show. So go for it. Who's going to start?
Come on, Bambi. I'll let you start. Let you talk at least once.
Okay, with my slow internet. My name's Bambi. Hello, everyone. I am known as the caravan queen on Bargain Living Brits in the Sun. And now there's another Bargain Living Brits in the Sun. JoJo is also a caravan queen now as well. So I'm sharing my title.
We're queen-agers, aren't we, darling?
Nice.
Yeah. We are.
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm JoJo. Yes, I'm JoJo. I'm also on Bargain Living Brits. I'm also a lady who sells caravans in Spain. And we basically love our job, don't we, Bam? Helping people. And
we did. We formed a company last year, didn't we?
We did.
And we're working together
We've
now.
been going about 11 months now. So, yes, we started last July and it's gone from strength to strength. And I'm just really proud of Bambi, our other partner, Eric, that does the logistics. And it's just rolling along nicely. It's
brilliant. So
you're
very nearly won.
We're very nearly won. Yes.
Brilliant. You should have a party, shouldn't you?
We are having a party, and you're all invited, aren't you? Including you, Stats.
Yeah.
You're all invited to our lovely party. It's on our showground in Alarin El Torre and El Torre, and everybody who wants to come, we will put up an invitation at the end of this. We'll give you an invitation, Stats, and you can put it up, and anybody can show up. We don't mind. Free food, free drink until it runs out, and lovely entertainment on the day. You might get me as well, and maybe you, Scats, because I know you're a singer.
Me. I am, yes. Yeah, I might bring my guitar or just bring my iPad with some backing tracks. That's
just
a lot easier.
Bring anything you want. Just come and have a good time with us. That's what we require. A good time had by all.
Fabulous. Maybe we can do a duet. We'll work that one out.
Maybe we can. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool, that'd be good.
Yeah, I know some of your songs. I listened to you the other week. Yeah, so definitely. I'm up for that.
Okay, then. Well, let's get into some questions all about mobile homes. Do you know, when people come to you, have they already decided on buying a mobile home, or are they just not sure? Are they deciding?
Shall I go for this one?
Oh, me?
Okay.
I'll go for this one if you want.
Okay. So about 15% of people don't know what they want, and about 85% of people know that they want a mobile home. And the 15% are undecided usually. They don't know whether to go for a mobile home, an apartment, a villa, so whatever they pick is fine with us. We're not a pushy company. We don't push things. If you want to buy a mobile home, come and see us. If you don't want it, then go and see somebody else. It's absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
once they
feel like
meet
we're an estate agent. We're not we're not pushy. We're not, people approach us normally, don't they, Bam? They come to us saying normally, we've seen you online. Can you give us information about this mobile? Or if they want to resell, they normally have made their mind up that they do want to buy a mobile home. Most people,
Great stuff. Tell us how the business got started then, and what inspired you to launch it in Spain.
Well, we were working for a company that we just didn't agree with the way they worked anymore, and they were working us into the ground. We had no work-life balance. We wasn't happy, and we thought we could do it better. So basically, that's what we've done. I would put it in a nutshell. That I really was running around like a busy fool, 70 hours a week, not getting paid correctly. And everything was blamed on me. If anything ever went wrong, I seemed to be batting it all away. And I don't have to do that anymore. It's my company. I take full responsibility. It's Bambi's company, and she takes full responsibility. If something goes wrong, we like to correct it straight away. You're always going to have problems. Mm-hmm. No one's perfect, but we deal with it, I feel. And Bambi, I'm not going to speak for you. I'm sure you'll agree with me, though, that we try and attempt to make an easy transition for people in Spain. And if something goes wrong, we try and rectify it straight away. And the company we're working for would just put more and more pressure on us.
Go on then, Bambi.
Sorry, can I jump in? I think we're a customer-focused company. It's not just a transactional thing. It's customer focused because we know what it's like, because we've been through the process and we know how hard it is. I think you can take your eye off the ball with your customers. sometimes because you're focusing on the dollar,
money.
you know, and if you take your focus off the customers, they're going to recommend, aren't they? They're the ones that you want to be happy. They're spending a lot of money, and usually all their savings from their lifetime they're spending on either a mobile home or apartment. You know, it's all relative, and I think that focusing on the customers is really important for the both of us.
Yeah, I think for us, we were just running around all the time doing what the company wanted and not concentrating on what we wanted to concentrate, which is making the customer happy to the best of our ability. Not everyone's always going to be happy, but if we can take a really, like I call us the dream makers, that's what I call us, because, you know, they come to us, they've got a vision in their head, and we sort of like find the park that would suit them. We will find the home that will suit them. The whole process is for the customer and not for the money. It's, yes, you make money along the way. Everyone makes money. That's why we have companies. But our life, we've got a work-life balance now, and our life is really nice because a lot of people that we sell to are our friends. They become our friends. We go out with them socially, maybe. We've met friends along. I bought a caravan from Bambi. We are now best friends. We're more like sisters and friends, and we've got a partnership together. That's how we started. And if I can give that experience that Bambi gave me to somebody else, I'm doing a good job. That's how I feel anyway.
Brilliant. Oh, yeah, well, you sound like the perfect company. Then I think every company should run like that anyway. Should be customer focused. I think it was one of somebody else that I've interviewed that I'm creating a video that's coming on the show soon, was telling me about Richard Branson. There's a quotation from him, which is that what you're doing as a company is you're solving a problem for a customer, for a client, for a human being. They come to you with a problem, they need something, and you're helping them get it. And then if you're focusing on that, then you're focusing on what the customer needs. And then, so that's how, and he's made quite a success with it.
Yeah. And everybody's so different, aren't they, Bam? There's no two people in our game that's the same. You know, you might have a family that want a family home, just a holiday home, and that's what they want, and that's lovely. You might have an old lady who's lost her husband, who wants to come out by herself and give it a go. There's so many different people in this walks of life, you know, and we try and help everybody to the best of our ability.
Brilliant. So why did you choose?
They've all got different stories.
Oh, yeah. We can maybe hear some of them towards, after we've asked you some more questions. Why did you choose to focus on selling homes on camping sites and private land, and how does that market work in Spain?
So the sites are already set up. They're owned by Spanish people and British people, and we work with the parks, and that's how we work. And we they give us plots, or we do resales on there, and we like to develop the park, redevelop the park, and bring it up. You know, if it's a bit tired, so we move off old homes if people don't want them anymore, or they're passed away and they've got nobody to hand it over to. The homes are sold on or paid, to relatives, moved off, and then there's park redevelopment. And it's really nice to watch parks grow from ground up. We've taken on parks that are already up and running and flourishing, but I think bringing our experience to the park, and also our name as well, because we're known for this. It really helps the park, the buyers, the sellers, and our business, and the manufacturers. So everybody's a winner. Everybody wins down the line, which is much more in line with our thinking, Jojo, and my thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's entitled to a piece of the pie, from the little man up. Yeah, from the manufacturer to our customer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody gets a good deal.
Brilliant. I'm just going to put your business card up there. That's the new one. Let's get us all on screen as well. There we are on the screen as well. And so if anyone wants to get in touch, there is a link in the video description below, and I'm going to pin it to the top comment. if you want to get in touch with Bambi and JoJo, there's a website. See, the 2 numbers are up there as well. If you want more information and help, and also on screen you will see the Buy Me a Coffee. That's for YouTooSpain, by the way. So if you have learned something of value, or learned something of value through any time in the show today, or if you've been entertained and you like our smiles and how beautiful we are, then just hover over that.
Buy us a coffee.
Yeah, buy us a coffee. And donate whatever you think today's show is worth to you. And then the electricity keeps working. And Bambi's face and mouth work at the same time.
He's doing pretty well at the moment, actually.
It is, actually. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that.
Turned her phone off. That's what it is. All our messages just keep coming through, and it's one of them things. What can you say? It's we're busy bees, aren't we, Bam? We are.
Excellent.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Good, in a good way.
Very good. Yeah.
Good. So is there a difference between, I know we're talking to a lot of British people here on this channel, and some of them are already in Spain, and we're totally talking about moving to Spain. But are there differences between British, Spanish and French mobile homes? And do you buyers have any preference between them?
Yeah, a lot of English people tend to like their English home as carpets, central heating, and they don't realise when they get to Spain they don't really need central heating, they don't really need the carpets. So a lot of them actually change and rip their carpets out and have wood flooring for it. It's quite funny. They're order an English home because that's what they think they want. But a lot of people now that have lived in Spain for a while, if they buy again with us, they'll buy a Spanish home, because Spanish homes are built differently. So they're insulated differently. They've normally got wooden floor throughout. They don't have central heating. They have the blinds on the windows. They're basically set up differently. English homes seem to be a little bit like a tin can kind of thing, where they're really, really hot because they're not insulated the same way as like a Spanish home will stay cool in the summer and warmer in the winter. Whereas an English home doesn't it, Bambi? I mean, you've lived in one, and so have I. They're a little bit sweaty during the summer and a little bit chilly during the winter. So, they're not really set up for the Spanish lifestyle, but people still like to have them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's preference is different. We bought over a lot of homes from the UK, and they work really well if they're set up correctly. So, you can have your central heating on in the winter if you want to, but you don't really need it. And in the summer, you do need your aircon, don't you? You definitely do.
Yeah. I mean,
does that work well?
Sorry, just jump in. I think you have to get your home set up for the chilly winter nights and mornings and the hot summer days. So spring and autumn you're fine, but then obviously in the winter and the summer months it's normal. You have to do it in apartments to get, it gets cold in apartments in the winter. You have to get it set up so it's nice and cozy for you.
Absolutely, yes.
Buy a dog that you can cuddle, or a cat. That helps too, doesn't it, Pam?
Yeah.
Maybe not 6.
Is that how many you've got? Yeah, we've not seen any of them yet.
Bambi's got 6. 3 dogs.
I've got 3 dogs, all rescues, and 3 cats from a colony.
Brilliant.
They're around. There's one sitting over there, one sitting down here, one outside, and the cats are all on the bed.
My one's gone outside now. I've got one little pussycat, but I feed 3, so I've got next doors as well. For some reason, I've got hers as well, so I'm feeding 3 at the moment. But that's absolutely fine. I love them, so it's
brilliant. And apart from animals, what kind of clients do you usually work with? Are they retirees or holidaymakers or digital nomads, maybe?
We did it all.
Traditionally, it was retirees traditionally when I first started. But now the market's changed. I think a lot people during COVID thought this is not how we want to live our lives anymore, and they've freed up their money in the house, like younger families, to buy holiday homes. So the market is not all retirees now. it's different people, you know, young professionals, middle-aged professionals with a little bit of extra income that can't actually afford to buy an actual apartment, but can afford maybe a resale or a smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find there's a lady that I sold to about 3 months ago. She's lovely. She's come over and she's taken a year off, and she just wants a year out, and then she is going to work digitally from home, nomad visa. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've got all different walks of life. So, you know, you might get the family, the retiree, you might get the young couple that haven't got a family yet, or you might get a big family that want to share a mobile. I've got families that, you know, 3 or 4 families are sharing one mobile, and they come over, you know, at different times of the year because they can't use it. Because they use it like the 3 months, and then you'll get one to come for a month, and then another family come for a month, you know. So generally, we've got all different people from all walks of life. And I think, you know, we don't put people in boxes anymore. People used to say, oh, it's all old people on that site. No, most of our sites now are very mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to go off screen then because I've got an old dog who we found last year. He's 15. He's 15 and he can't get up the step. So he was standing outside in the sun, so I had to go and get him. That's Nico. Love you.
Bless. Looks lovely. Right, I'm just going to do a quick plug for some other friends before we continue. This is something I do at this point in the show every time. I'm just going to put it up on the screen there. I've told you all about the brilliant advantages so many times about this is the company we recommend, Smart Currency Exchange, for bringing your money currency exchange, to Spain, or, you know, if you're buying a property, if you're buying a mobile home, and lots of other things as well. So if you use either that QR code or the link in the comments on the video description below, as well as getting a free account and free advice in your own very lovely personal broker, you'll actually be helping YouTooSpain as well. And there's no obligation, there's no extra cost to you either. It's a win-win-win with a cherry on top.
Yes, we use those as well.
It is.
Can I just answer? I've just seen a question from Michael about the safety in mobile homes.
Oh yeah, let's put that one up then. Go for it.
Mobile homes safety. Can anyone enter? I think. Yeah, they're very good, these parks now. We've got. I mean, obviously you can put your own camera up, but there's cameras all over the parks. And generally, I don't know, I've worked on one park in the Costa del Sol for 4 years now, and I've never, ever known anybody to go in anybody else's caravan. It's not, they've got 24-hour security normally on our parks, Michael, and people leave their doors, windows open. They've never had any problems. The one thing that I had once, there is a gas bottle went missing. So that's obviously from outside yours. So you just buy chains and chain them up if it was an issue. But to be quite honest, no. I've lived in a mobile home, and so has Bambi, and I'm sure she'll say the same. They're one of the safest places because there's 24-hour security. Everyone knows who's on park as well. You have to surrender your passports and stuff when you come on park. And I've never had any problems. So that's just to put your mind at ease, Michael.
Yeah, brilliant. Fabulous. So let's talk about some of the challenges. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced in the first year of business, and how did you overcome them?
I think money. We worried in the beginning we wouldn't make any, didn't we? I mean, I never thought we'd be a failure. I actually said to Bambi, I think we're going to be massive. And luckily I'm right. I'm a very confident person. I don't know whether you can tell. I am. I believe in myself, and I believe in Bambi massively. Believe me, I used to say to an old employee, look after Bambi like gold dust. She's amazing, and she is amazing. Not only she's my best friend and like a sister, she's very good at what she does. She's very, very good at what she does. She's very knowledgeable. If I don't know something, she'd be the first person I go to. Bambi is my oracle. So the way I look at it is, one, we work very well as a team. But I never really had any doubts, did I? And I don't think you did when we took the leap, did you, Bam?
Not at the end, no. I was ready. I was ready to go for it. And I think the biggest challenge was seeing if we would fit as a three, because obviously she just mentioned Eric before. Eric was my line manager many years ago. So I already knew Eric from a long time ago. I've known him about eight years. So it was whether it was JoJo that didn't know him, and I didn't know whether the dynamic would work. But because we've all got our different strengths, it meshes together superbly. I couldn't have written out the characters that we need, better. Eric and I are quite calm, JoJo's the kicks down doors.
I do. I'm the kick down door girl. We'll go into the park and say, look, this is what I can do for you, blah, blah, blah. I will get us in there. I'll get our foot in the door. I'm just pushy and I bam.
I wouldn't say pushy. You believe in yourself, and you already.
And I believe in you. So
you already manifest what you need naturally. Yeah. For me, it wasn't so easy because I haven't been a manifester of money, because I'm, quite a little quiet person, even though you see me on the telly. I'm quite a shy person in real life. I'm not with people I know. But if I first meeting you and it's not a work environment, then I'm quite shy. But, and I think everything that Eric's got, I've got, and JoJo has got, like I said, it just meshes together really well. And we've flown really from day one, so that we haven't really faced obstacles apart from mudslinging, but we're not bothered about that.
No,
I'm just not bothered about that. I'm just carrying on.
Because people don't like it.
We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing.
Brilliant.
I think we're scary as well, Stats. 2 women in their 50s of colour. We're not the typical, shall we say, company that would do this sort of thing, sell mobile homes. We're not stuck in the 70s. We brought it up to 2025, 2024, 2025. We're in today's market, and today's market, people speak up for themselves. We don't sit down as women and just take, and I take nothing away from men because I love men. I believe in love. I'm a feminist to a certain degree, but I don't hate men at all. But I honestly think it's been a man's world selling mobiles for a long, long time. And I believe that we're doing something entirely different. I think we work differently. I love the way we work. I love bouncing off of Bambi. I also love bouncing off of Eric. We've got ideas and we have these catch-up meetings every day, make sure that it works, and it works for us. It works for us.
Brilliant. Sounds like a really positive company. Let's talk about the process then, from the client's point of view of somebody who wants to buy a mobile home from you, from first contact to moving in. Who's going to go for that?
Go on, Bam.
Okay, so people come to us, we'll do a post, say on social media, or they come through the website. Their first thing is if they want a video call of the home without flying over, if they don't live in Spain or close. So we can do a video call with them so they can have a look around a home if they've seen something particular that they like. They then fly over, generally. They pick a home, they pick the park. The location is the most important thing. The home is secondary. We can find the home. Then if it's a resale, they'll put 10% down and the full payment will be made within 30 days. If it's a new home from the factory, they will put 50% down and then they'll pay the 50% before it's shipped or brought to the park. And if it's a new home on site, they will pay, we can do a 10% then under the 90% on before they arrive. So it just depends. We're quite fluid and we're quite, relaxed about people. Everyone's, like JoJo said before, everybody's different and everybody's got different what they need, their requirements. And it's quite an easy process. It's more like buying a car. There's no solicitor involved. There's no notary. It's an easy route into Spain if you don't want the complications of lawyers and stuff, because it can all be done in your language if you're British.
And we genuinely do all the paperwork for you. So you literally, you would send your money through currency exchange, like
smart currency.
And you would literally, they do that for you. They pay us, we pay the clients on a resale, or they pay us and we pay the manufacturer to make your home. That's how it works. It's a very, very easy process. The hardest process for people is finding the park that they're going to be happy on. The park is the main thing, and the plot where you want to be. I would always say, I've just seen another question from Ian. Someone currently lives in Moina and they're looking at a park, and can we recommend one? Bambi. What?
Ian, I lived in Moina for a long time, and so did Jojo, not as long as me. And the first year I lived there, in the winter, I thought I'd made the worst mistake of my life, honestly. I thought, oh, I'm going to die of the cold. However, as I said previously, I set my mobile up for the hot summers and the cold winters, so it wasn't too bad then. However, if you go anywhere near the coast in Andalusia, the temperatures will be milder. It's just normal, but then obviously you're going to probably pay a little bit higher for ground rents. Maybe not, depends on what park you are in Moina. So you might be the same what you're paying there. But yeah, I mean, you find these things out when you actually test the waters, don't you?
Yeah, when you actually live there, you find out whether you want to live in that area or not. For me, I have moved to the coast, and I can tell you now, during the winter, it was still chilly, but I would say 12, 13 degrees as opposed to 0 in Moina, because I know it's been below as well some years. And during the summer, obviously, I mean, God, I know it was in the late 40s, early 50s in my garden in Moina. And here it doesn't really go above 40 on the coast. So I would say Costa del Sol coastline would probably be your best bet. And if you want to contact us directly afterwards, I'm more than happy to show you some parks along the Costa del Sol. Thank you, Ian.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Ian. Hope that answers your question. So what makes buying a mobile home in Spain an attractive option compared to a traditional home or apartment?
Community, for a start. You've always got someone, if you're a little bit older, maybe, and you come out of your house, you've always got someone who can look out for you. There is a community there. There's always someone to go for a drink with, or down the road, someone might have a car. You haven't got a car. You've turned up on holiday. You need a gas bottle or something like that. Someone's always willing to help you out. Whereas in apartments, and if you're in a villa or something, you might not see anyone for a week or 2 weeks or never. You know, people are living their own lives and going to work. It's not always that someone's on holiday. You know, if they're living there every day, you want your friends, you want a community, don't you? And I think it's much easier on, say, small urbanisation or a park to find that kind of thing. So a mobile, for me, it was an easy option. You know, I came to Spain, lost my husband, didn't really have anyone apart from my mum, who's now gone as well. So it's like I was totally alone, and I sort of like latched on to poor Bambi. She took me out on my first night. But you do, you find a community, don't you, Bam? You do.
Yeah, there is a community spirit, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons people go for a mobile home, as well as cost. Because honestly, I've bought this finca, and it's like the Forth Bridge. Honestly, it's never ending what I have to do, and sometimes I sit and think, crikey, I miss my caravan. It was so easy, just lock up and go, you know, easy cleaning, easy maintenance, you know, living on a park. But I am on my own out here, and I don't mind that at all. But the constant cleaning and stuff is a bit of a pain in the neck.
And I still go on my parks.
So yeah,
a lot of my friends are people I've sold to, and they're on a park, and they've got their little parties and stuff, and they invite me to their little parties on parks. So I'm still part of that community, and I like that.
Have they all got, you know, does there tend to be a restaurant and a bar there in those kind of places? Yeah,
most of them,
and pools. A lot of people use it as a springboard some people stay on the park for the rest of their lives. Some people will use it as a holiday home, and some people use it as a springboard to get the confidence to go and then buy an apartment or a villa. They use it, or to rent even. It's just a way of finding a place where you can get to know people and you can build a community, and then you get confidence to go off and spread your wings if that's what you want to do as well. So like I said before, it's an easy route in without the complications of the red tape. That's it.
Good question from Jen there. What's the general
I like this question.
spread of nationality at the parks you work with? Is it all Brits?
No, funnily enough, not.
No. Not the ones
we work on. So we tend to work on parks that contain campers as well, and I like that because you get to meet people from all walks of life, and they will have sections that are more residential and holiday homes, and then there'll be camping in the middle, and at the back over this side I'll get more residential homes. But I've sold to Italian, French, German, Dutch, English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh.
Welsh.
Yeah, I couldn't think of my dad's Welsh. That's funny, isn't it? And literally every nationality you can think of, Swedish. They're all coming through now. It's not just an English market anymore. On parks, which is really nice because you meet people from all walks of life, and I love diversity. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I love diversity.
Yeah,
and I love to find out about different people's cultures and their food and the way they act or talk, or even down to the smells and their hair, the way they do it, fashion. I like diversity. So yeah, our parks are not just made up of English people. It's not Little Britain. No.
That's good to see. Yeah. That's one of the reasons we moved into Computer, because there's just such a wide spread of, it's very cosmopolitan. Almost half the population is from other parts of the world other than Spain, and but it's not all British people. There's a lot of Danish and Dutch and French and Belgians and Scandinavians and all kinds of people.
And I like that. I love it.
And a lot of artists and musicians as well. So you get the creativity in the area as well.
Yeah.
Lots of interesting people.
Yeah.
Well, you live just down the road from me, Scats. So that's which is, it's very cosmopolitan around here, and I like that. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. I think someone's asking Bambi a question.
Yes. Whereabouts are you? We used to live in Huelva Ciudad, the town, and El Portal, and know the area pretty well over a 6-year period. Just curious if you don't mind.
Hi, John. Thanks for asking the question. I live near El Rocío, the famous place that's where they ride horses, which is actually this weekend is the Romeria. So it's about 1 million people come down to this festival, and it goes on for a week. It's a religious festival, but this weekend is like the crazy weekend. I'm just near the town of Almonte, but I'm in the Campo. So yeah, I really love it here, and I'm near the longest beach in Spain, which is about 25 minutes drive, Matelas Cañas, which I'm sure you will have heard of if you live in Huelva. So yeah, I really like the area, and I'm only an hour from Seville, which is one of my favourite cities.
Brilliant. Yeah, we want to go there as well. So, nice. Brilliant. Oops. No, all the messages are coming up. Sorry, say again.
Have more Scats. I can't believe you haven't been to Seville.
I know. We went to Cordoba for Liz's birthday and absolutely loved that. But we've never quite reached Seville, but we're always talking about going to Seville and also Cadiz and Huelva province. And lots of places and then those seem like the sort of places that we'd like to go to because we loved camping as well. So Huelva seems to be the place with the forests and
beautiful place, and not overly touristy, which sometimes it hurts Spain, doesn't it? Not monetarily, but from an environment point of view, and it's very, very pretty here still. So don't come.
Everybody stay away. Just I'll sneak in.
There's somebody who's asking about the NLV. Jason. Hi, Jason.
Of quick question. Maybe been covered. It's not been covered yet. Can I put a mobile home as the address for a non-lucrative visa? That is a very good question.
That is a very good question. Some parks you can and some parks you can't, depending on whether they give you the padron, basically. Most now will give you the letter to take to the town hall. There are ways around it of getting your padrons, as in the contract's normally about 6 months or 11 months long, the contract on a park. And of course, a padron only really lasts 3 months, I think, Bambi, isn't it? And then you're meant to renew it.
Traditionally, yeah.
So they will take that padron for the first year. So you can theoretically get your letter. Most people on my parks do. Get the letter for your padron, take it to the town hall. They fill in the information. And if they accept you, then you're accepted. Some town halls do, some town halls don't. Most of the ones we work with do take it. So that's the answer.
Yeah. And the padron doesn't actually run out. It's just the certificate that if you actually need to prove your address, which is what this is, the official document to do that.
Yeah. As long as you've got a contract in Spain with someone and you take it to the town hall and they accept that contract, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got a video all about the padron, and there's also an article on our website and on Chris's website as well, so you can find out about that and get all of the details. So there you go. And Karen Brotherton says Madness are going to be in Seville. They are, yes, they're in Seville and in Madrid and Barcelona.
Madness, they call it Madness. I heard it the other week.
Fabulous band. And I was going to go with a group of friends up to the Seville one, but I still got me stoma bag in, and I can't be in the middle of a group of people moshing to a Madness gig because I'd have to leave. I'd have to leave every hour to go and sort myself out and then try and get back in again in it. So yeah, but maybe next year. Hopefully they'll come back in another year. I'll find them somewhere else. Anyway, next question. We're moving on. So importing homes from Britain. Bambi, you were talking about that before, about getting the mobile homes from Britain. How's that process been, especially after Brexit? Is it more of a problem with taxes?
Yeah. It's more expensive, of course. Brexit we have to pay more taxes to import. But if somebody wants a British home, then they want a British home, and they'll pay for a British home. So they're coming in a bit more expensive, but it's not horrendous, really, to be honest. Transport. There's 3 lots of transport. It's a big piece of kit to bring over from Britain. It's a delicate big piece of kit. It's a big operation. It's not. It's from the factory. You have to get it to the port, then the port to Spain, then all the Spanish red tape at the Spanish port down to the park and onto the park. So it's a big old operation, and generally Eric deals with that.
Yeah, Eric's talented, man. He does a very good job at it as well, I have to say.
It's great.
We've bought a few over now in this year. I think we bought 5 or 6 over now, and we've done incredibly well with it. It's there's been a few hold-ups along the way. One of the boats got damaged and we couldn't bring one over, but obviously, like, you just are honest with your clients, and the process sometimes takes longer for the build, or you're going to hit obstacles sometimes. We never give an end date if we can help it. People say, I want it here for September. Well, your build might be 3 months, and then it might have to sit at port for a while. And then, so there's certain things we have to say. And one of the things is we don't want to disappoint you. So we're not going to give you an end date. We're not going to say it will be there on site, done for you to move into on this date. Because the minute you start doing that, you're letting people down. And we don't want to do that, do we, Bam? It's not.
No, it's
promises.
It's hard not to sometimes, because it's out of our hands. Once it's, only when it gets to park, it's in our hands. All the rest, we're relying on other people to do their job properly. But I've just seen one guy on here called Alan, who's put questions and comments. He's one of our clients, and he's buying on Torre del Mar, and he's There he is again, Alan.
Yeah.
No, Alan, there isn't.
Any difficulties getting healthcare or prescriptions? Yeah, prescriptions. As
no problem at all. You've got a medical centre, Alan, just literally 5 minutes from you in Benarafi, and they did. Listen, I was in hospital this week. Prescription straight down there. I had 5 lots of tablets. I had a bad fall this week, but I'm okay, guys. You can see I'm alive. Some people would go, oh, shame. But no, I got my prescription within like 5 minutes. There's most of them are open till 8, 9 o'clock at night. Some are open 24 hours over here. You get your prescription, and I literally paid £2.35 for 5 sets of tablets this week. I was thinking it was going to be a fortune, and it wasn't. So no, don't worry about stuff like that. You get your medical card when you come over. You just go along and you register with the medical centre, and you just carry on like you would in England, really. It's not a lot different, is it, guys?
Yeah, getting healthcare is a kind of a separate issue, really. I mean, the only difficulties you have with that is if you've had previous health problems, and but that's a different issue from.
Oh, I think Alan's in good health, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's
Alan,
good.
a lovely lad.
Oh, these are good questions.
Move into his home. He's got a Spanish home, actually, a butterfly. So we haven't got to import his home, but it's being built.
Brilliant. Lisa Elvin says, can you get a mortgage in Spain for a mobile home?
I'm going to let you answer this.
No, Lisa. What you can do is, if you haven't got any type of bank account in Spain with money coming in, they're not going to give you a loan or anything like that. However, if you've got a home that you own in Britain, if that's where you live, you can get equity release. Quite a few people do that, have equity release to release some money to be able to buy a mobile home. But no, you can't get a mortgage on a mobile, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've got a lady who specialises in releasing money from homes for mobile homes. So if you need information on that, you can just come to us, email us, and we will give you the information.
That sounds like a handy service, yeah. Good. So there's no other questions. Oh, John the Joiner's just answering all about Romeria, and he's been to the Romeria a couple of times and has been on, how do you pronounce that? Matalascañas.
Matalascañas, yeah. That's really interesting, John. Yeah, I thought you might have been, being as you lived in Huelva. It is the place to go, really. The area, and to me, it's the last Spanish post in Andalusia. El Rocío and Matalascañas and Almonte. They try desperately to hold on to it, and there are some British people around now. There's some in the field, but it is Spanish here. They speak Spanish. Hardly anyone speaks English. I love it. It's what I came to Spain for, was to immerse myself into the culture and into the the whole Spanish way of life, which I love. The only thing it's rubbish for me is the food here, because I'm a vegan and it's just all meat and fish. It's a good job I like cooking, so that's okay.
Yeah.
We cope though, don't we, Bambi? We cope with the Chineses and the Indians, and
I don't cope. I never cope. I live my best life, regardless of what's thrown at me. I'm doing it.
Always eat a bit of bread and a chip, won't you, babe? It's fine. No matter where we are.
And an olive.
If there's no vegan restaurants, it's chips and bread for us.
Yeah.
It's not so bad around here. You can get quite a lot of vegan food, but we're close to the close to the coast.
Where I am, no, they know what vegans are, and it is better than it was when I first arrived during COVID. But I mean, if I go to Seville, there's a plethora of vegan, restaurants and cafe or menus, so it's no problem at all. And it doesn't bother me. It is what it is, and I'm just carrying on. Carry on.
Yeah.
Good for you.
She just make her own, so it's fine.
Yeah.
We've had plenty of good curries and stuff, so noodles and rice, it's all good.
Brilliant. So talking about
being a vegan every time I'm with Bambi now. Because I've sort of like been on this journey as well of losing weight. I find Bambi's diet really, really healthy. So I'm the other day I find myself sending her pictures of green and red peppers and stuff that I'm eating. She's like, oh, congratulations, you're going around to my way of thinking. So yeah, it's all good. But
brilliant.
don't you find it's so much healthier, the food anyway, as in oh my God, the size of the tomatoes. I mean, I can eat anything that lives on the land. I love, right? So my mum's place, she used to have a farm with a big allotment and loads of olive trees and almond trees and everything. She was up in near Moyina, actually. She was in just past Santa Kira. Archidona, yeah. And she had this big piece of land with loads of pumpkins and fresh fruit and vegetables. And I just found myself living off the land. And if I could go back to that, I'd be quite happy. I really would. I mean, it's not viable because the place is falling down now and she passed away. But I had many a year there where I loved to live from the land. And it's so healthy, the food out here, the way it just grows with no pesticides. I mean, they are using more now if they're mass producing, but I'm all about the farmers now that are just farming for themselves, and the little fruit shop up the road, you know, you get the asparagus, you get it's all so fresh. And yeah,
now I love it at the local restaurant. One of the restaurants on here, you're sitting in the garden eating, and the chef will come out and he'll be picking things off the all of the herbs are growing around, and
herb gardens. I love that. I love that.
I love that.
Yeah. I always try, you know, and go somewhere where they're using the local produce. I think it's really good. Yeah. I don't want to go commercial anymore. I've sort of changed so dramatic. I feel like I've been reborn over the last year since working with Bambi and being this close to her as well. I do learn a lot from her. But I think I'm teaching you stuff now. I ring you up and give you tips, don't I, someday?
Absolutely.
You
are. You are.
Yeah.
All of these, talking about success stories, let's talk about some of memorable success stories that you've had from customers coming up to you, and anything that stands out to you.
Oh, go on. Bam, you take this first and I'll think.
For me, all our customers are success stories, Scats, because they've realised their dream, however way they've come, whatever route they've taken, they're to where they wanted to be. It might not be, but they've all had some type of success in getting here, whether it's been, you know, getting the money, saving the money, working for the money, inheriting the money to be able to do it. And there's so many different diverse people that come to us. It's so interesting to hear their backstories. There's a lady who's just bought on Ballynissa, and she did the equity release on her home. You know, she split up from her husband. She's on her own, and I spoke to her, passed her over to JoJo, and she ended up buying a resale home, and she's just took over the keys a few weeks ago, because we really like to help. It's hard when you're on your own, you know, and we feel like we really help, especially women on their own, because it's scary, you know. Not only are you spending a lot of money, you come into a country that doesn't speak your language, you know, and we try to do the whole hand-holding service where we can help you with visas, we can help you with your medical insurance, we help you get your padron, we'll help you, you know, settle in, help you meet people, you know, and we are the first point of contact, and that we're the people that they will remember through their journey, because they always come back to us for advice, and that's really nice.
Always. She actually, I didn't, there is a funny story to Steph. She actually got back to the plane. I took her back to the airport because she came and signed for the house and everything. And I forgot to tell Bambi this. She got to the airport and she phoned me up about 6 hours later and went, well, I've missed my flight. I don't know how I've done it, but I've missed my flight. Apparently it was over accommodated, and they let it go without her. And she was like there, like I dropped her off hours and hours before. And she got a flight the next day and she's fine. But she was so overrun with, I can't believe I've done this. I can't believe she's such a lovely lady. I think it was just I think she just was with her friend, and I think she was celebrating too much in the airport, and she just didn't turn up. I think it's funny, but there you go. No, we've got loads of success stories. Right, they are all success stories, but for me, the ones that come up to me and go, "You've changed my life forever." I mean, I've got one lady, honestly, she gave me a big cuddle the other day, and she went, "Do you know what, Jo? You've literally given me my life back." And I cried. I was like, "Oh, that's a really big statement. You've given me my life back." And I know she's had a tough time, and I won't go into it, but what a powerful thing to say. And it makes my heart go. I mean, like, I know Bambi and me have both had experiences. My experience with Bambi made me cry. I mean, like, it did. I came over, I lost my husband. People that don't know me from the show, we just was buying a place out in Spain, and we were talking to Bambi, and the next thing you know, we're speaking to Bambi, and he was told he had 6 months to live, and he didn't live 6 months, he lived 6 weeks. So when he spoke to Bambi, he said, "You've got to look after her." And I think she felt a responsibility then. She got lumbered with me, didn't you, babe? And literally on the first night, she took me out. And if she hadn't have done, I might not be in the place I am today. So I'm forever grateful to Bambi. I've got to say, we are best friends. We talk every single day, and I love her. And that's a success story. I bought my mobile through Bambi, and we are best friends, and we're best business partners. And I don't see us ever changing how we feel about one another, because we talk things out and we help people along this journey. And I think because we've been through it, we do it well.
There you go. It's turning into a proper love-in, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Yeah, but we're not sitting in a different country trying to flog you something. We're in Spain living the dream. We're both living the dream. We both started in mobiles. We're both living it. And I think that's why it works, because we understand the clients.
I was going to talk about what challenges the clients have, but it sounds like you get them through it really, really simple. Are there any challenges to buying a mobile home? Is it in just the choosing it, or what? Yeah.
Finding the right home for the person. Once I've found the location, which is the really important part for me, it's finding the right home that will suit their lifestyle, because there's so many different sizes, shapes, models, interior designing, you know, there's just all different ones that they like that will work for them. So that's the challenge is, if they're coming to live, for instance, is getting their head around leaving their family behind, leaving maybe grandkids. That's a big challenge I have to overcome, to make it work in Spain. I always say to people, if they're coming to live, give yourself a year to settle in, to find your feet, to meet people, and to feel comfortable where you are.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've just seen a comment from Steve. He's thanking you, Bambi. We love our home that we found through Bambi nearly a year ago. That's nice.
Hi, Steve. How are you? I hope you're well. And thank you so much for your comment. And you're always welcome.
Brilliant. And there's a hello for good morning and a wave from, that's Sean.
Hi.
Hello,
Sean. How are you? I hope you're well.
He's always smiling. There's a big thumbs up from Sean.
Thumbs up.
And Ian Foster was sorry, he's about 10 minutes behind. Thanks for your response. We own on Posada and are currently over on a 90-day stint. Could meet up for a few viewings if you're free and have parks of a similar style. There you go.
I'm willing to show you what we've got. We've got beautiful places along the way where I'm sure we can help you. Yeah, just email us. I'm sure me and Bambi between us can set you up with something.
Brilliant. Yeah. And Sean says, cheers, guys. There we go. Sean. So if anyone has any more questions, then I'm coming up to the last question that I've got. But if you have any more on the live chat, I know there's a little bit of a delay going on there. Just ask away now. And while we're waiting for those questions to come in, I'll ask the one that I've got here. So although the you know, you're coming up to your first birthday now, and looking ahead, what are the goals for the next year of your business? Any exciting plans or changes coming up?
Yeah, we've got lots of exciting plans. We can't divulge too much yet, though.
Yeah.
There
Give
will
us
be a
some
lot
hints. Yeah.
of park development going on, so hopefully some new parks in the pipeline. We do have a park called All Box that we're going to be opening next year. It's already open, but they're expanding, and we will have a lot of plots on there. And it's in Almeria. There's a large expat community there, as well as being cosmopolitan. And that particular park is fantastic. That's got tennis courts, paddle courts, 2 swimming pools, an indoor gym, an outdoor gym, a bar, restaurant, everything you can think of, and you can walk into town. It will be phenomenal. It will be fantastic. And the plots start at 140 square meter, but they go up to 300 square meter. So you can have any home you want there, guys. You can have a garden. It will be amazing. But that is coming 2026. We also are launching Cherevel very soon. And that is going to be an exclusive little park with a hotel. That's being built as we speak and due to open very, very soon. So watch this space. But yes, I will continue with park development alongside Bambi and Eric, and we will just I'll keep knocking in the doors, and Bambi will do all the hard work afterwards.
Brilliant.
And I'll just tell them the
Steve is saying we didn't even see where we live now or the home we live in. So you must have introduced him to it and he wasn't even aware of it. Cheryl and we left the UK to retire in Spain. So that's lovely. A success story there.
Absolutely lovely couple. Absolutely lovely couple. Yeah, they bought they saw the home on a video call and purchased the home. Thank you. Thank you for putting your trust in me, guys, and hopefully see you soon.
Brilliant.
See, that's nice when you get people, you know, that appreciate what you do, you know, and they're happy with what you've done for them. So we
want them to be happy. That's the whole point. The whole point. We don't want them to be annoyed or you know, angry. We want them to be happy with their choice and live their best life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Anything else to say before we wind up?
Just thank you for having us, Scats, and we can't wait. And again, our birthday party is on the 29th of June. We'll put up the address of where it is. If anyone's in Spain, they want to come along. Free food, free music, free drink. Come and meet the guys. There's going to be a little market going on there as well. Come and see some of the Spanish mobile homes. Come and meet Bambi. Come and meet me. And we've got an exciting announcement that day as well, or a couple actually. So they can have an exclusive announcement on the day. And maybe we'll come back on the show, guys, and Stats and tell you some of our new exciting stuff next year.
That would be lovely. Absolutely. It has been an absolute pleasure having you both on.
We've got new frocks as well.
Oh, we've got new frocks too. Yeah, we went out. We've got special.
Maybe I should get one too. I should get one as well.
Yeah.
I think thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. It's been really lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. How's your Spanish? Any tips?
How's your Spanish? I like that. It's got a lot of people put Spanish.
Oh, Spanglish.
Oh, Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah. Some of the people are so used to typing Spain that they go Spain and then they put the ish on the end instead of missing off the I. Anyway, I just see that a lot. Any tips for learning Spanish?
Yeah. Yes, any tips? You need to get out and learn the living language. You know, you can only do so much online or with the apps, you know, and you've got to get out and everyone's there. There's loads of colloquialisms and there's loads of people like in the campo, they talk language and they do in the towns.
Yeah.
It's
and Andalusia is different as well. Andalusia Spanish is completely different from Spanish. So, and it's very slang and very, so I speak Spanglish, but I'd say Bambi is more Spanish than, a lot more Spanish than I'll ever be. But as I say, I'm out in the field. If I go back in Moyina, I used to speak a lot more Spanish, but I did have a Spanish boyfriend for a couple of months. I think that helps. They only
That's
speak
handy.
Spanish, and you've got to learn it. So you have no choice.
Brilliant. Otherwise, you have no idea what's going on.
Get yourself a Spanish girlfriend or a Spanish boyfriend. Are you a male or female? Sorry. Daryl, get your Spanish girlfriend. Get a Spanish girlfriend. You'll learn it very quickly.
Could be a boyfriend. You never know.
That's rather presumptuous. It could be a boyfriend.
Sorry, it was. Yes, hands up. So I didn't even think about it. Get yourself a Spanish boyfriend, girlfriend, or person of interest.
Brilliant.
Or just a friend.
Yes, just a friend. I have loads of friends. I was driving back from the next village, Canias de Albaida, back to Compiter, and I got somebody waved at me from the side of the road, said hello, and totally in Spanish. Are you heading for Compiter? And I went, yeah. And then, so I had to speak in Spanish. I apologized to start with and said in Spanish, I said, sorry, my Spanish isn't very good. She said, your Spanish sounds very good to me, and ended up having this conversation for the 5-10 minutes it took to get home, and that's the most I've spoken it for a while. But when you're forced into that situation, you have
to speak it.
Yeah.
You know a lot more than you think you know. That's the thing. You actually know a lot more than you think you know. I went out about 3 weeks ago to a barbecue on the beach with just Spanish people. No one else, just Spanish people. I had the most fantastic day ever. I phoned Bambi up all excited, didn't I, Bam? And I was like, because we believe in the lifestyle too. So I literally love Spanish people. And I've gone there and I'm on the beach and everybody's dancing and singing and eating. And it's a great day. It's a great day. If you have a chance to do something like this, just do it. It was Mother's Day in Spain. And they were cooking big chickens and there was vegetables going on. And they'd done salads and everyone's just coming at me in Spanish. And I just sat there and I thought, I know what they're saying. I know everything they're saying. I understood everything. And you go to speak it back and it's broken, but I can get away with it now. So I know I'm getting better. You just got to throw yourselves into it, guys, and be with the Spanish. If you're going to come over here, don't just stick with the English or the Irish or whatever. Grab yourself a piece of Spain and learn.
Brilliant. And on that note, that is about all we have time for this week. We've gone over the hour, but I don't care. It's been absolutely lovely. Everybody, make sure you click on the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll tell you in a moment who your special guest will be next week. But first, let's give Bambi and JoJo a big virtual kiss and a hug and say goodbye for now. It's been an absolute pleasure. And
thank you.
Brilliant, and we'll see you again when you've got more news for us, maybe later on in the year.
That'd be lovely. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Joining us.
Bye. Whoops. Sorry, JoJo and Bobby, I cut you off a little bit quick while you were still waving there. Never mind. Yes, so that was absolutely lovely. And yes, so who do we have on next week? That's what I was going to tell you. Well, it's as usual, we have Chris from Up Sticks. It's his time again. We've not seen him for a couple of weeks because he's away, I think, at a what do you call it? It's the religious thing for the kids. One of the two kids is having that today, so that's where he is, and so he's coming on for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a row we have Chris, so that will be wonderful. And I'm sure that what we're going to be talking about is the new rules that came in on May the 20th for residency and visas in Spain, and how that's gone, because apparently on May the 20th it was a bit chaotic. He's going to tell you all about that. So make sure, you can ask questions in advance all about that on the Facebook page or the Facebook group. It's worth joining those both. And thanks to all of you for joining us and leaving comments and hitting the like button and supporting us with donations up there and memberships and all that kind of thing. It's very much appreciated. So I will see you either on the midweek video at 6 p.m. Spanish time. That's on Wednesdays, or live next Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning Spanish time. that is all for this week. Someone pass around the mobile home cookies and the fresh teeth as well. And peace and love, peas and fluff. And here's one final message from all of the voices in my head at YouTooSpain. Here we go.
Wave goodbye, lads. Bye. Goodbye. Toodaloo. Peace and love. Peas and fluff. Oi, oi. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. One more cosmic dance? All right, then. Look, Mum, I'm dancing. Oh, I'm all a quiver. Let's dance.